So there were two main forces that were the impetus for me coming up with 3D ocean farming. The first was, my life has been one of ecological redemption. I worked in the Bering Sea, tearing up entire ecosystems with our trawls. It was really the height of industrialized fishing. And then the other one is, I just wanted to figure out, how do I spend my life working on the water? And I ended up here in Long Island Sound, and they were opening up fishing grounds for the first time in about 150 years. I started by growing oysters, and I did that for about 7 or 8 years. And then I was hit by climate change. Hurricane Irene, Hurricane Sandy came in 2 years in a row, wiping out 90% of my crop. So what I did was move my farm off bottom, started using the entire water column and growing a whole mix of species in these small areas, really a polyculture of the sea. And it was just a way to both adapt to climate change, but also be part of the solution, right? Because all of our crops restore rather than deplete our oceans. Imagine an underwater garden with hurricane-proof anchors at the edges and then just ropes down below the surface. And from there, we're growing our kelp, our shellfish, and then next to that, we have our mussels in mussel socks, scallops in lantern nets. And then on the sea floor, we have oysters in oyster cages, and then clams down in the mud. We just try to figure out how many different species can we grow in a small area of ocean. After I invented this type of farming, decided to open source it and just hand it over to fishing communities to let them take what I've invented and innovate it, make it better. And then we created Greenwave, which is a nonprofit which supports that process. So we've got a farmer training program, we do policy state to state, and we do R&D, solar-powered boats, things like that to stay ahead of the climate curve. And our hope, our dream is to have Greenwave reefs. So 25 to 50 farms in an area, a seafood hub and a hatchery in a low-income community, and then a ring of entrepreneurs innovating and creating value-added products. And then you take that Greenwave reef and replicate it every 200 miles, not only in the US, but all over the globe. We have requests to start farms in every coastal state in North America and 20 countries around the world. And from here, we're really hoping to weave new principles into the DNA of this industry. What we like to say is, this is our chance to do food right. This is our chance to do agriculture right. I mean, we can make sure we protect rather than privatize our seeds. We can make sure that low-income folks have access and can build their own farms. And we can make sure our farms are actually part of the solution to addressing the climate crisis. So it's a really exciting time because our oceans are a blank slate. This is our chance to really design a food system from the bottom up.